Hi everybody, I hope you're all having a super Thursday, thankful Thursday I think is what they call it. Okay, so I've learned a few things today and I thought I would pass them on. You probably remember if you watched my other video that I did a cookbook to preserve my grandmother's handwriting. It's called the Newell Family Cookbook, and those are all handwritten recipes. But what I'm doing is working, I didn't think I could use them because, you know, they weren't really keto. And then I got to looking at them, I'm like, ah, man, you know, there's probably just some simple changes that I can make. So I'm going through this book and I found out some really great stuff today. But anyway, one of her, oh my gosh, favorites was something that looked just like this. This is something I did earlier in the day. I did a dairy-free version because Jamie Maddox, if you are watching, this is what yours looks like, and it came out fine. But Grandma's involved carnation milk, and so I'm going to do it pretty much the way she did it, except I'm just going to be changing around the sugar, and sometimes that's all those recipes need for conversion. And I'll tell you I learned about almond flour to wheat flour a little bit later. So remind me. Hello, good evening. If you are watching live, please put live and where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, then please put replay and where you're replaying from. And hello. All right, so good evening. First we're going to do 4 eggs. This is a really simple and easy recipe. It's something, you know, like if you suddenly found you had company coming, it would be very easy to whip up, put in the oven, and then eat. And Grandma did that frequently because she had 5 kids, and 7 total. But the first 5 came in one batch, and then the next 2 came along later, which is kind of irrelevant. But I said that to say this: there were a lot of grandchildren, and people frequently stopped by because that was the kind of house that my grandma had. And my grandpa, they were really good at just, you know, you could just come by, help them out, whatever. Or just hang out in the kitchen. She had one of those old-fashioned kitchens. Jeez, I mean, she made it into Better Homes and Gardens magazine once. So anyway, and then after the 4 eggs, we're going to do, okay, it's calling for half a cup of sugar. I don't like as much sweet, and I do not typically use as much. So this is what I use. It's Whole Earth Organic Erythritol, and I hope I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I usually go with about half of what it calls for, and I find that to be enough. Now, with the dairy-free version, I had used unsweetened coconut milk. And so I went to 2 tablespoons, and I think maybe I should have gone could have gone a little more. But it wasn't bad, and it wasn't real sweet. It was more bland, I guess you could say, but I liked it anyway. So, you know, how can you go wrong with something you like anyway? Teaspoon of vanilla. How is everybody doing tonight? And, okay, so a cup of water. Let's see, it was kind of a warm one. We have a tropical storm coming. Hello. Tell me where you are watching from. Okay, so we got a cup of water. And then we've got the can of carnation milk, which is the evaporated milk. As I said, for the dairy-free version, this is what I used, and pretty much just followed the recipe, except for I did edit the sugar, maybe depending on your sweet tooth. Hello, how are you, John? Okay, so the way this one works is you just use a beater and mix it all up, and I'm going to try to keep this as quiet as I can. Okay, it requires relatively little mixing, and this is such a quick go-to for her. I really do believe. Let's see. And actually, these are some of the cups that she used to use. And I only have 2 left, so I had to get more. But, you know, Grandma kept stuff around that really lasted. And so that was really good. She would be the example of like quality products. So anyway, let me just show you. It goes in like this. Very easy. So easy. And if you're keto, would you put keto in the comments for me, please? If you have questions about it, feel free just to let me know. Because I've been doing this for going on 3 years now. I've probably lost almost, I don't know if it was quite a foot off my waist, but it's darn close if it isn't. Hi, Jamie. I just showed your dairy-free stuff, so this is what yours looks like. Jamie has a child who cannot have dairy, and I really shouldn't either. But sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I'm not as sensitive to it as some people can. But anyway, it came out great. So if you need dairy-free, and if you guys want the recipe, type either regular or dairy-free in the comments so I'll know what to send you. With it being 4 ingredients though, I mean, how does it get? It's just so easy. I love it. And then I need 2 more of these. These little cups are so easy to find. I got mine at Walmart. There's a stack of them, I think 4 of them. They're glass. They're from Anchor Hockey. And Grandma had said that this makes about 7, and I'm going to say she's just about right because I think I need another one. Okay. And then her last and final touch on this would be, before you buy them, would be, she used to sprinkle nutmeg on it. I have made the case for cinnamon, but she usually used nutmeg. So being that I'm trying to convert Grandma's recipe at this point, I think I'm just, and I like nutmeg equally as well. So you're just going to sprinkle that on there before it bakes. And my oven is just about up to temp. It's going to be 350 for about 40 to 45 minutes. And so I think I'm going to get a little bit more nutmeg is what I think. But the prep work is relatively low on this one. For me and for Grandma, gosh, I can't believe how many times I actually had this at her house and didn't even think about it, you know? It's funny how you think of things when people are gone. She has been gone now since 2011. Hello, Sarah. This is a really easy one that I'm converting. And feel free to use, and I'm doing dairy-free, thank you, as well as the regular carnation milk. Okay, so, can everybody see this? Hello. Okay, let me, okay, you can see that. The nutmeg is on the top, and the way you're gonna bake it, hang on just a minute, I gotta get the pan. You need to bake it in a pan with water, so it needs to be like a 9x13 pan. You pour in some water so that it kind of boil cooks, I guess you would say. Sharon, thank you, Sarah. Oh, I like your new picture too. So anyway, there is water in here, and that water is going to heat up, and it's going to keep the tops moist. Oh, sorry, for about, you know, for as long as you need to. And the way you'll know that it's done, I ended up going to about 40 minutes with that last recipe. I would check it at about 35 just to be sure. And the way you'll know is like you do with a cheesecake. Take a metal knife and insert it in. If it comes out clean, you are good. Do you still need water bath if you use silicone cups? That would prevent it from drying out. Play around with it, Jamie. Jamie's asking, she used silicone cups. Does she need the water still? I have not tried it that way. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate all your shares and all your comments and all your help and your tips, because Lord knows it's always good to have some extra help. There we go. So we're going to do, let me see if I can fit all 7 in here. I have to scooch a little bit. Okay, see, these are Grandma's, like I said, Grandma's original dishes, and man, that woman she knew how to pick things. She had Salad Master that's like a year older than I am, that I'm still using, and it's a year older than me in my house. Can you think about that? Having a pan in your house that's a year older than you, and it's in really good shape. So, and actually, I've been in pretty good shape too. So if you want to know what else I've been doing besides keto, feel free to let me know. If you have questions, anything like that. But as for this, I think we're going to take this pan, and it's going to go straight into the oven. And, ooh, little heavy. Okay, good thing I'm in good shape. All right. So, hello. Eat what? You want me to eat one now? Ha! Okay. Here we go. This is your dairy-free one. Jamie dared me to eat one. She wants to see, I guess, that it works or it's good. It is. I've already had a couple. But, oh, I did say I had another tip for you. This right here I found at my local store. It's called Cocoa Whip. It is non-dairy whipped cream topping, much like the very famous one, only it's just made with coconut, and it has a little bit of sweetener. So Grandma never did top it with whipped cream, but I did. So, you know, you add your own. Hi, everybody. So you want me to eat one? Okay, I'm going to take a bite. And then there's another trick that I wanted to tell you about flour. One of my other recipes in Grandma's book is an inverted pizza. Upside down pizza is what she calls it. Yes, we have that here, and they have a spray can one. I know, I've seen it. Take advantage of that, girl. It's good. Okay, so she wants... It's really good. So y'all gotta try it. So whether you go dairy free or not, this is kind of gonna be the difference. Coconut milk, evaporated milk. Hey, and you have dessert that's really, really easy. And so the trick about flour. As I said, I was looking through the book, and I'm going to do upside down pizza, which is one of Graham's faves, and it just literally is an upside down pizza. But I was trying to figure out what kind of crust I should use for the topping. And Anara is saying, well, good. Hi, Anara. I'm glad I could find you something. Anara's a little girl that can't have dairy. They have evaporated. Well, good. Show it to me. Send me a picture. She says they have evaporated. But honestly, this one did work fine the way I had it. So, you know, if you can't find the evaporated one, just go with the regular. So anyway, I finally got on the phone with Blue Diamond. Because I said, what's the ratio between regular flour when you're converting in a recipe? It's just something, you know, I like to do breads and stuff like that, but I don't do wheat flour. So the guy said this is what they've got on a note. He goes, you leave the flour ratio the same, but with fats, oils, and sugars, you have to cut that back by 25%. And it made sense because the almond flour does not absorb I don't think it absorbs as much or the same. So there's your tip right there. If you are going to be baking like I am, and I'm going to do this probably Saturday. I think Saturday is a good pizza night, isn't it? So the upside down pizza, and it was a favorite of my cousin Christy, who I will have a tag and put her in this later. Regular is much easier to find. Okay, yes it is. So go with what you can, but the regular did work. Jamie is my she's a good cook, and I'm fully expecting Jamie to be doing her own lives here pretty soon. She's been thinking about it, and I think she'll be good because she's got that dairy-free thing going on in her family that she will benefit you guys. And she has little kids, so like, you know, kid food. I don't have kids at home. I'm probably, well, no, my husband's kind of a kid too. So, but we're older kids, and she actually has actual kids. Anyway, so where I went off on that rabbit trail, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, questions about keto, anything, let me know. It's the end of the month. If you have anything you want to ask, because we're going to be beginning a new month, Filipino foods. Ooh, share those recipes. And, you know, we're kind of going through changes. You know, kids are, I don't know. Honestly, I think that's it. I think I should just end it right there. Do you guys have any questions? This will be out in about 45 minutes, and I probably should post the finished product, so I will do that once it's done. Have a blast. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for watching.